right, breaking news in the last 24 hours. Former presidential candidate Nikki Haley, in her first public remarks since ending her bid against Donald Trump in the Republican primaries, now says she's going to vote for Donald Trump.
Biden has been a catastrophe. So I will be voting for Trump. Having said that, I stand by what I said in my suspension speech. Trump would be smart to reach out to the millions of people who voted for me and continue to support me.
Senator Tim Scott put his support behind Donald Trump after he dropped off, suspending his campaign, and joins us now. Senator, your reaction to a governor you were very tight with for a while, who became the ambassador, who decided after a couple of months, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, endorse Donald Trump. How do you feel as though that was full-throated enough?
Well, Brian, certainly she could go a little further. It's not just the disaster of Joe Biden. It's actually the promise of Donald Trump based on his record. 4 years under Donald Trump gives us a record to compare with Joe Biden. But she's joining millions of other Americans coming to the same conclusion that our economy was better under Trump, that our border, there was no crisis, that the fact of the matter that the violence in the streets, absent under the Trump years. So we need 4 more years of common sense, 4 more years of law and order, 4 more years of low inflation, and 4 more years of low unemployment. But most importantly, we need a president who closes the southern border, and no one has done it like Donald Trump. Those are the reasons why Nikki Haley and millions of other Americans are joining the Trump bandwagon. It is the place to be, and it's best for America's future.
Senator, why do you think, what went into her timing with this? It's been 2 months since she dropped out, and this has been her first public appearance since then. She met with the donors and the people she was thanking, but this was public. And will it make a difference?
Well, I heard from some of the donors that she met with a couple of weeks ago, and listen, they encouraged her to go ahead and get on the Trump train without any question. The fact of the matter is that our nation, it's not just at a crossroads. This is not an important election. This is the election that determines socialism versus capitalism. This is the election that will determine violence in our streets, in our poorest communities, being devastated and ravaged by violence, or the restoration of respect for the police, funding for the police, and demanding the deportation of 10 million illegal immigrants starts now under Donald Trump. So coming to the conclusion that she has, we welcome that conclusion. We welcome her on the team. Right. At the end of the day, this is not about Nikki Haley or Donald Trump. It's about the American people.
Ultimately, it's all about winning. And as you know, we've been detailing, ad nauseum, Joe Biden is in trouble with a lot of his core demographics. Young people, way down.
Absolutely.
Hispanics, way down. African Americans, way down. The Biden campaign has just released a brand new ad on social media and elsewhere, and he essentially is attacking Donald Trump over his past performance. Here's 10 seconds of it.
Donald Trump disrespecting black folk is nothing new. He was sued for refusing to rent his apartments to black families and called for the execution of 5 innocent black and brown teenagers.
So, Senator, is something like that going to work? That going to change the tide?
Steve, that is a sign of desperation. I can't think of a more desperate candidacy than Joe Biden. Here's the president of the United States, whose own vice president called him out because he opposed desegregation because of the racial jungles. He didn't want his kids going to school. Here is the president who still supports segregation today. He won't allow poor black kids in the city of Chicago to go to schools in their own city that are good. He wants to keep those kids locked in their own neighborhoods and locked out of their best futures. The last thing President Biden wants to do is have a conversation about his record and his past record. It is disgusting, it is vile, and it is un-American.
So you're on the president's shortlist for VP, and guess what? You're going to be a target. The DNC is launching a Trump MAGA Veep Stakes. That is the headline of this missive picked up by Axios. It's a project to paint all of former President Donald Trump's VP contenders as extremist backers of an ultra-MAGA policy agenda. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden says that every day. So are you ready for the attacks?
Well, Brian, here's what we should know. President Trump and I worked to make sure that historically black colleges and universities had the most resources ever under any president, and he was the only president to make that funding permanent. Here's what we know. Challenging women on The View is something I've done consistently. I'm willing to stand up against those individuals, no matter the color of their skin, who says that because you're a conservative who happens to be black, you must stay in a small corner. I'm going to make it absolutely okay for every conservative, no matter the complexion of your skin, no matter the melanin in your skin, to stand up and celebrate that conservatism works. I look forward to having the fight for America's future. It doesn't matter my title. It matters the passion and the lived life I've had. I've lived the American dream, and I thank God Almighty that a poor kid from the Deep South has a chance to shape the future of this nation, because we believe in fairness as Americans.
And you had your opportunity zones that you put together with the former president, and you'll probably go back there again.
$70 billion, Brian.
$70
Good
billion.
word.
All right.
It's amazing. You changed the lives of so many people and gave them work. Thank you so much, Senator, for coming on.
God is good.
All the time.
Have a nice
Yes,
holiday
ma'am.
weekend, sir.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.